Hey, afternoon thoughts with the old man. I was thinking earlier, I watched a couple of videos and I don't know. It's like it didn't do anything to me anymore. And that's funny because even just a year ago, I would watch, I'd watch somebody's video on a single mother killing her kid or single mother doing this or, some fucking mangina, you know, some fucking sport that wants to play the field, putting up a shit. I used to watch these videos and I'd be like, fuck, I hate these assholes. I hate women. I hate what they do, blah, blah, blah. And I didn't really hate women. I mean, I just hate what the human condition, okay? The human condition sucks. What we've become as a species, it sucks. I don't like it. I don't like the way people act. I don't like going out in public. I don't like hanging around with people. I don't have people in my house. Um, and, as a result, I've been able to see things, I think, clearly the way they are. And why I don't care. I took a hiatus, maybe for the last year, from dating, relationships, anything, any contact, even contact with my family, my mother, my kids, everybody. I didn't want anybody around at all. And fortunately, I have that option, to be able to do that. A lot of people don't. And, it's one fucking mustache looks weird. Like a fucking snot thing. Anyway, so yeah, how women stopped affecting me. Um, I recognize it for what it is, okay? The last woman I went out with that I really cared for, all she had was a gash, and some boobs. So I own a home and I live by myself with my dog, and I don't have to do anything that anyone else wants. I just do what I want. And, sometimes that's just getting fucked up the whole day, and who cares? Sometimes I work on stuff. It's just whatever I feel like that day. Now, I don't want to have anyone tell me, I got to do this or I got to do that. I left that stress a long time ago. 2008, I got a divorce. And I've had relationships where women have tried to tell me what to do. And every time that happens for any length of time, they don't, the relationship just doesn't last. So I've had since 2008, which is what, 9 years. I've been out with a number of women. I've just, I mean, I've seen enough of what's going on to understand totally what you young guys are going through, because it must be fucking hell. These, when I meet them, they're usually, single mothers in their 40s, late 30s and 40s, because I'm 60 years old. And then that, before I had the beard and all, I had short hair, and my face didn't look all trashed like this. It doesn't matter anymore, and that's the whole thing. I've been able to say, all right, you know what? There isn't really any woman out there that can affect me in any one way or another. I might sit out on the front porch and a couple of ladies walk by regular. I mean, I just look at them. That's all. I don't think about them. They're not part of my bank. I think what ends up happening is once you get disengaged, and this is why the monk mode is stressed so much with our members, because once you have achieved the mode of not needing to have any kind of validation come from outside, whether it be drugs, alcohol, women, gambling, sex, whatever. Once all that's gone, once the need for, once that addiction to pussy is gone, once you've gone monk for a while, and this is why Traversable, Messenger, all of the guys that have been around the block say, look, man, give this fucking thing a chance. Listen to the older guys, because we all think we can beat the game when we're young. We do. We just think, hey, man, you know what? You're stupid. You're old. You don't know. You know what? We all tried to beat the game, and it never worked. It never fucking worked. And it won't work. And I'll tell you why. You're dealing with human nature. You're not dealing with feminism. You're not dealing with, militant cunts. Yeah, I mean, they act that way, but even if they didn't act that way, suppose you were dating back in the days when I was dating, 1974 until 1979 when I got hooked up with my ex wife. I mean, imagine what things were like. The only thing you had to worry about back then was just getting a girl pregnant. And so we went out and we hit it and quit it. And that's what we got used to doing back then. Now, things changed, and of course, my story isn't yours, but there's a lot of older guys out there that remember, that's all we worried about. Just don't get a disease, don't get her pregnant, and move on. And, I got caught up, and, I don't even want to relate the blue pill story. I will at some point, but I'm just saying right now, at this point, after having a year and after examining all that, examining the way that my family of origin works. Oh, shit, I'm thirsty. My family of origin works, their patterns. To do the, I think if you want to call it anything, for lack of a better word, to be red pill recovery, if you want to do that type of thing, you really have to look at your background. You have to look at how you were programmed in comparison to where you are now in society in general. If you can do these things, if you can piece together your life as it really is and not as you wish it were, then you're starting to get on the road. And once you've done that, you can start realizing how insignificant you've been. We're not given a significant role unless we're somebody who achieves high, business, personal, sexual. We hear about people that do these things, and there's nothing wrong with that. I think that it's great to pursue whatever dreams you have. Don't make pussy part of that dream. Because all that will do is that will bring you back into giving away your moral values for the smell and sight and sound of a couple of boobs and a pussy. And I mean, unless you're going to a gym and talking to a girl who works out, and even then it's not all that great. You're just slapping against skinny fat, Man, I was listening to someone, I think it was Grizzly, was talking about that. Grizzly was saying, this dude was describing, banging this bitch from behind. And he goes like, it was that skinny fat. They're skinny, but it's just all fat. There's no muscle. Ugh. I mean, that's the best you're going to do. That's sad. What the fuck do you want that for? Ugh. And now I think, if you're a younger guy and the girls today, the college girls, the ones that are almost in their prime, I mean, they're out banging old guys. How many college girls did I fuck when I was out there dating? Let me tell you what happened. I was 50 years old, and I had a girlfriend that was 30. And we used to go out to bars. And she wanted to teach me how to pick up on girls. Yeah, I don't know, man. Anyway, I watched her. She would actually go into the bathroom with a girl that was hot. I go follow her. And this lady would go into the bathroom with her, and she would always get them to pull their pants down, and she'd show me a picture of their ass. I'm like, yeah, let's fucking bang that one. Hey, wait, how'd I get from I don't care about women to talking about... You see how that goes? Oy. Look, it's one thing to have a memory. It's another thing to have an addiction to that memory. And that's the beautiful thing. I could still remember fun stuff that happened. And really, my life has been one fucking joyride. I mean, it really has. I've had a great life. And I wish all of you guys could have that kind of a life, because it hasn't been easy, but it's been great. And I worked very hard, and I got to a position where, things are different. And I don't know, right now there's no pressing issue. I mean, I got to go get groceries, and I can, for $4, I can go take Uber to the store. So That's little or nothing. I was going to take you out in the garage earlier and show you the engine, but I broke that engine down. It doesn't look too bad. I'm not sure. That endoscope just seemed to magnify every single little scratch inside the cylinder head. Yeah, one side was pretty fucked up, and I'm gonna replace the rings and probably the pistons. But see, that's what I'm interested in. When I go on, first of all, I don't watch TV anymore. That's one thing that really helps. No more TV, no more fucking whatever, any of that crap. And I mean, that's nice. Secondly, when I go on YouTube, I either look for my friends or I look for things that are interesting. Like I watched the whole primitive engineering or primitive technology series because I think it was fascinating. Guy goes out in the middle of a fucking jungle and makes a house, and has a kiln. He's firing pots. To me, that's fascinating. I don't give a shit who's doing it. It really doesn't matter. That kind of thing. See, so like what? The last woman I was out with could offer me was she had a nice rack. I mean, she really did. I saw her naked, and it was a funny thing. Last woman I went out with was Christmas Eve. I mean, the other one came over and fucked me, but it was Christmas Eve, or no, it was Christmas Day, I think. No, it was Christmas Eve. And I stayed over at her house. It was off Match.com. And she invited me over to her house. And I had bought something and I ended up giving it to her. And she bought me like, I don't know, she had a bunch of shit. She probably got blown out. I didn't care. I wanted to get laid. But, look, man, this is like a 50-year-old woman. I got to tell you something my friend Richard told me. Dude, the pussy does not get better as it gets older. I didn't even get to the pussy. I really didn't. I went over to her house. When she started talking, that was about the end of it. It was like, okay, everything's about her work, her friends, this, that, the other thing. I'm like, why am I here? I could go home and, my dog would maybe go like, whoop, 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 if he wants a cookie. That's what he does. He barks at me when he's hungry. That's okay. This woman yapping, that was the last. I was like, fuck, I don't need this. And then I had some girl that would come over to my house and bang me and shit. But I didn't really want to, I wasn't into dating. I didn't want to go out or do anything. So, I think she heard a MGTOW video that I did and she didn't like that and sent me some horrible messages. She, in fact, got hold of an old girlfriend. I mean, you guys got to be really careful and cover your fucking shit. Because some of these women they're relentless and brutal, and they will stalk you. I'm sure that somebody's looking at this video right now that I knew. Not that I'm that important, because I'm really not. She's looking at it going, oh, okay, he's got long hair now. Whatever. Yeah, you know what? The reason I do this is because younger guys got to understand what you do now will follow you for the rest of your life. Think about that. What you do now. The things that you do now are going to reflect on you later. And see, this is why at this point in my life, I'm 58, I do not want to have anything from here on out disrupt my life. I don't know how long I have. I'm not going to say anything more than that. I don't know how long I have. Whatever time I have left, I don't want anyone messing with me. I really don't. So, why I stopped caring? Because there's really nothing that a woman can offer me. Nobody. No woman out there. I really don't care. I went out with a woman that had a lot of money. I mean, she really did. And there wasn't anything that she could offer me. I mean, she had great sex. She was not bad looking. But, I mean, in the end, her problems became my problem. There wasn't anything there. There never is. That's the grand illusion. The grand illusion of romantic love is that, oh, yes, you're going to fall in love with someone that's going to be like a fucking Disney movie. Well, it's not. It never is. And anyone that says it is fucking lying. So this is why I don't care anymore. I mean, I might watch porn once a day. That's it. A little while, no, I don't care. I don't need to do anything fantastic. I don't need to go and impress anybody or wow women or have a bunch of friends that are like, oh good, I wish I knew what you knew. Well, because you know what? All you have to do is flash a wad of cash. You don't have to look good. You don't have to be good. All you have to have is money. Women get wet when you have money. So you know what? I'm going to look like this. I'm going to act like this. And you know what? Cheers to you, lad. Damn, that's good. Hey, man. This is the old man with a few thoughts this afternoon. Like, share, subscribe, blah, blah, blah.